G'day guys, Jeff Ware, BikeReview.com.au, and today I'm out testing the BMW G310R. The G310R is a learner bike. It's under $6,000 plus on road, and it's BMW's first proper LAMS motorcycle, and their first sub 500 bike for a very long time. So, the elephant in the room, it is made in India. This is the first time BMW has done something like this. They've partnered up with TVS Motor in India, which make a lot of different things, motorcycle related. So just running you through the bike first. It's a basic single cylinder, reverse cylinder, liquid cooled, 313cc engine, 6-speed gearbox, non-slipper clutch, just a basic engine. It's got a 110 and a 140 tyre, Michelin's, which is good, not some cheap awful tyres that you often get on a LAMS bike. 300mm rotor. It's got the by Bray licensed under Brembo brake calipers on it, and master cylinder, just a conventional master cylinder, non-adjustable levers. It's got ABS. It's got a good ABS system. It's got just a LCD dash, but it has a few features. It's got a gear position indicator. It's got fuel consumption and range, which is really good, and all your usual bits and pieces, and it's really easy to use. It's not a bad little dash actually, it's just not quite bright enough. The neutral light's not very bright. It's a bit hard to see. The mirrors are, standard. They're a bit small. They've come loose a few times, which has been a bit of a bugger. It's got really wide handlebars, big wide flat handlebars, non-adjustable forks, upside down forks, and the rear shock's adjustable only for preload. There's no linkage, it's just mounted straight to the swing arm. It's got a sort of a trellis style frame, I guess you would say, and they've put that engine reverse cylinder, they claim, so they can reposition the engine to get a bit more weight over the front of the bike and give it that planted feel. But to be honest, looking at it, I don't really see that, so I haven't really got to the bottom of why the engine's designed that way. Another claim was that it gives more mid-range, but the way the airbox is set up and everything on this, it wouldn't do that either. So trying to work that out. But look, in general, it's not a bad little bike. It's got some handy features, like it's got luggage hooks under here, which I've been using, really good pillion grab rails. It's got a very comfortable pillion seat. It's got 3 different seat heights you can buy. It's got a nice low seat height. I think it's 815mm. So the quality and finish, you will ask, what's it like compared to a normal BMW? I'm going to compare it first of all to other bikes made outside of Europe and Japan, and say it's up to par with those, if not a little bit better than some. It is nice. It's got your usual BMW style and shape, and switch gear and grips and all those kind of things, but when you look closely, the plastics are different, the rubber's different. It's slightly different colours. This silver's a slightly different silver to what I normally see on painted BMW things. Same with the silver on the engine. So the fitting and stuff in general, you can tell it is not made in Germany, I guess we'll say there. So I'd say for the segment, it's good quality. For a bike made outside of Japan or Europe, it's good quality. Compared to a normal BMW, it's not quite there. In my opinion, perhaps BMW could have made the bike locally themselves and priced it accordingly. And I think BMW customers, even if they're after the new young ones, if you're kind of interested in BMW, you're probably prepared to pay that extra $1,000 or $1,500 or something like that, maybe a couple of grand, just to get that little bit of extra quality. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here with this model, whether they continue to produce it where they are, or bring it in-house, or what they do. I'll be interested also to see how it is in a year or two. It's impossible for us to tell how reliability is going to be, how finish is going to end up in a year or two for a motorcycle. Right, so what's the bike like to ride? I've been riding it for nearly 2 weeks, almost every day. I've ridden it in rain, I've ridden it on the freeway, I've ridden it up here, up and down the old road, I've ridden it on our proving grounds, which is, you know, doing laps and performance testing. So I've pretty much done everything on the thing. And look, it's grown on me. It's not too bad. It's not a bad bike. It's not the most engaging LAMS bike I've ridden. The KTM is punchy and fast and really good fun. You know, the Ninja is, the GSX 250 we rode the other day, even though that's, you know, a bit slow, it's still a really cool sort of fun bike. This is just a bike that goes about its business without any fuss, in a bit of an unremarkable way, but it doesn't do too much wrong. So that's what it's like from a feeling point of view. From a practical point of view, first of all, start at the front. 300mm front rotor. The KTM 390, for example, has a 320mm rotor, and this could do with a 320mm rotor. In saying that, the brakes are reasonably good. You've got to squeeze them very hard. And there's a lot of lever travel here, as you can see, which isn't the best thing for a learner, because when you go to grab the brakes, you've got nothing, then your brakes are on. So that could be improved there. So the brakes, I found, you know, not quite up to scratch. The rear brake's really good, although it's got this big funky lever. I don't know what the story is there. The brake lever's enormous, and it actually looks like it came off an older dirt bike or something like that. So I'm not sure why they put that big brake lever on it. But the rear brake's really good. It's got good feel for a rear brake, good control, and you can use it in combination with the front brake. It will pull up really well. The ABS system works well. I've been testing that out. That's really good. The dash is easy to use. Like I said, it could be a bit brighter. The ignition key, I have had that jam a few times. I've had to lube it with WD-40, same with the fuel cap. Switch gear's basic, easy to use. Like I said, levers aren't adjustable. And so it's got really stable geometry, which is great. It's safe, it's stable, it doesn't wobble, it doesn't shake. It's really good for a learner in that way. But they've given you some more control with these wide handlebars. So you've got this initial steering in traffic and stuff where the bike's upright. It's really maneuverable and agile. But when you get out on the twisties like this, you've got this really good stability for those old-fashioned arcing kind of lines. First I just thought, oh, these bars are too wide, they don't make sense, but now I've figured out why they've done it. So the steering's quite good like that. Suspension-wise, I find the suspension really good for what it is over a wide range, including the performance testing we did, where I was braking really hard and sudden changes of direction, and smooth roads like this, it's good. The bumpy roads, there's a bit of hitting back in the high-speed compression in the forks, but nothing. And I'm 90 kilos, so I mean it's good like that. So overall, the seating position and everything feels comfortable. I'm 185 centimetres tall, and my knees are kind of up here, but you know, it's still a good seating position, and it's nice and easy to put your feet on the ground at the lights. The engine. So the engine's a low compression engine, as I mentioned, which BMW have done to run it on a wide range of fuels around the world. We should have got a high compression version. It really needs it. It needs more punch off the bottom, especially if you're lane filtering and in traffic in a city situation. You need that punch. You need punch to give you balance on a bike when you're taking off, and you need punch to keep your momentum going and get yourself out of trouble. It's got a very soft throttle. When you open the throttle off the bottom, it's very easy to stall it. I've stalled it many times at the lights. You go to let the clutch off and it just stalls. You need to give it quite a few revs to get going. In saying that, once you get used to it, and remember to give it more revs than you would feel is normal to get going, you're all right. Once you get up around 4,000 RPM, the engine starts to come good, and it's just got the most amazing mid-range. From 4 grand to around 7,000 RPM, it really punches beyond its size. It's quite amazing, really. It'll pull top gear up hills and stuff like that. I'm really astounded at how good the mid-range is on it. BMW have done an amazing job there. The gearbox is a bit of a sore point. It's quite hard to find neutral. It's clunky and noisy. So yeah, I really don't like the gearbox. That needs improving. But look, overall, it's a good little learner bike. If you want to get into the BMW family, I'd say go and jump on one and see what you think, but ride everything. If you're going to buy a new bike, go and ride all the singles in the category. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you have a great day.